This Cypress College Transfer Center tutorial covers the EOP portion of the Cal State Apply application. We have posted relevant links in the description below, which may also help you with your application. You can also find other helpful FAQ tutorials on our Transfer Center YouTube channel. The Educational Opportunity Program, or EOP for short, is a CSU program that assists historically disadvantaged students with tuition assistance, academic counseling, tutoring, and more. You must apply to EOP prior to being admitted to the CSU of your choice. In order to qualify for EOP, students must have a history of low family income. They must be enrolled full-time at the CSU. They must be an undergraduate student, which are students seeking their bachelor's degrees. And they need admission assistance, or they already meet regular admission requirements, but in the opinion of EOP, they will require assistance to succeed. In terms of admission criteria, students are evaluated based upon motivation, past academic performance, need for services, and potential for success in college. This includes applicant information, an autobiography, 2 letters of recommendation, and any additional requirements. The deadline for EOP for fall 2021 admission is December 4th for Chico State, CSU Dominguez Hills, Fresno State, CSU Los Angeles, Sacramento State, and San Jose State. The deadline for all other CSUs for the EOP program is January 15th, 2021. The EOP application is embedded in the Cal State application, and you can find it by clicking on the supporting information quadrant, and the second tab lists Educational Opportunity Program. You can find more information by clicking the links here within the application. We've also included them down in the description below. The first thing it's going to ask is if you are currently enrolled in EOP and S at your community college. If you're not, that's okay. You could just say no. If you wish to apply to the EOP, then you can either choose yes, which means that you will begin answering your questions right now, or yes, I will return later to complete these EOP questions. The great thing about this application is that you can complete the rest of your Cal State Apply and submit it, and then you can come back into this portion of the application and complete it by the school's EOP deadline. So I'm going to select yes, I wish to apply. And then it's going to ask a few additional questions. So, have you attended a CSU? And if you did, were you enrolled in EOP? This would be not applicable for transfer students. Have you participated in any of the following educational programs in high school or beyond? So if you recognize any of these programs that you were a part of, maybe you were a part of Puente at Cypress College, it's going to ask the number of years that you participated in any of these programs. So for an example, I would write 2 here. And then it's going to ask about your family information. So where you plan to live, how many brothers and sisters are attending a K through 12 school, how many are currently attending college, if you have any siblings that have already earned their bachelor's degrees, and then also it's asking what languages are spoken in your home. It's also going to ask if you've received any income from public assistance, such as CalWORKs, CalFresh, welfare, etc. Have you ever participated in any publicly funded programs, such as subsidized housing? And do you or any other children in your family work to contribute to household expenses? Once you complete this first part of EOP, then it's going to bring up 3 more sections. This second section, EOP parent/guardian information, you're going to say, yes, I want to continue. And then you're going to list your parent or guardian information. If you are foster youth or have no connection whatsoever with your parents or guardians, then you can write does not apply in these boxes. If you have a second parent or guardian to report, you would list yes here and also list their information. The next thing they're going to ask is your parents' financial status. Now notice here the first thing that it's asking is for 2021 estimated income. Obviously, we are not in 2021 yet, so they want to see an estimation of what your parent number one plans on making in the 2021 year. So if for whatever reason, maybe coronavirus has impacted your family in terms of income, you can include that information here. It kind of foresees any future financial problems that you may have. It's also going to ask for 2020 income. You may not have filed taxes for 2020 yet. That's okay. They want to see your estimated income. If you have a second parent, you will list their income for 2021 and their estimated income for 2020. And they want to know the size of your parents' household. And lastly, it's going to ask if you're independent of parental support. So if you're living on your own, your parents are not financially responsible for you, you can list yes here. And it's just going to have some follow-up questions. So how many years have you been living apart from your parent or guardians? What is your personal income for 2020? What is your estimated income for 2021? What's the size of your household, which includes yourself, your spouse, and any dependents, and the number of dependent children living in your household. The next section is EOP Biographical Questions. I'm going to say yes, I want to continue with my EOP application, and it's going to list several biographical questions. Now, they don't want you just to reply with one sentence or a yes or no answer. They want you to be detailed so that they get the full picture of your situation. So when it talks about briefly describing your family's economic background, you want to list any relevant information, especially for students that have been impacted by COVID-19. So you would want to list that here. And you would also want to talk about if you have a long history of low income family, then you would put that information in this box. The next question is asking why you would like to attend college. So this is to really talk about your desire to succeed in college and the future that you want to build for yourself. So you really want to talk yourself up in this section. So what are your career goals? Were there any experiences in school that were difficult for you, but that you succeeded? Also talking about any teachers or counselors that were influential in your academic experience. The next section is asking more about your academic background. So what programs were you a part of that really helped you? So examples would be if you took advantage of any tutoring on campus, either in high school or at community college. Also, were you a part of any program such as Puente or Legacy that may have helped you? The next question is asking about volunteer or extracurricular activities or even work experience in which you've been involved in the past 2 years. So that could be anything from volunteering for the community in terms of volunteering for church or any other community event. It can also apply to any clubs that you were a part of, if you were a part of the Honors Club or any campus clubs. Or you can also talk about your work experience, so where you're working now and what you do for work. And the very last question is an opportunity for you to just list more information about yourself that maybe wasn't addressed in the previous questions. And they really want to know how you would benefit from EOP. So that additional tuition assistance and academic counseling and tutoring and so on. So you don't want to take these questions lightly. We recommend copying the question and pasting it into a blank Word document so you can work on these questions on your Word document, because if you're spending a lot of time in the application, a lot of times it will log you out and not save your information. And once you're done and everything looks good, you can paste your responses in these boxes and save immediately. And the final part of the EOP application is your EOP recommendations. You need to provide 2 letters of recommendations from people that can comment on your ability to succeed in college. This can be from an academic counselor or a teacher, and the second one can be from an individual, either being another counselor, another teacher, a community member, or employer. You just cannot have family members write recommendations for you. So to create a recommendation request, you're going to click this blue button and you're going to type in their first name, their last name, their email address, and their recommendation deadline. So we would recommend putting the deadline 2 weeks from the date that you're sending these recommendation requests. And you're going to write a personal message to your recommender. So hello, recommender, you would put in their name here. My name is Cindy Cypress, and I am applying to the Cal State University EOP program. I would love if you can provide a letter of recommendation on my behalf to assist me in college, and so on. So just provide a bit information, and you also want to inform the recommender what kind of assistance you need. So you can say, like, I am in need of financial aid or extra tutoring or counseling, whatever it is, So that would be your message. And then you're going to waive your right to access the recommendation. So what that means is that you are not going to see what the recommender writes on your behalf. And then you're going to check this box giving the CSU permission to contact your recommender. And you also check this box that EOP has permission for the CSUs to contact your recommender as well. So this is just one EOP recommendation request. The way how it works is that once you click send or save this EOP recommendation request, the recommender will get an email from Cal State Apply asking for them to create their own Cal State Apply portal where they will log in to upload their recommendation. So you will not be seeing anything from them. You will be notified when your recommender submits their letter of recommendation for you, but you will not be able to read anything that they write. So you need to do this for 2 different recommenders. So once you have completed all of these sections and there are check marks next to all of them, that means that your EOP application has been updated. You have until either December 4th or January 15th to complete these sections. So just look back in the beginning of this video, you can see which schools require the EOP deadline when, and you will be informed if you have been accepted by email. Thank you for watching this CSU application tutorial hosted by the Cypress College Transfer Center. We hope this was helpful. If you have any additional questions, you may call or text us at 714-482-3430. You can email us at transfercenter@cypresscollege.edu, or you can find us on Cranium Cafe. We have posted the link to schedule an appointment with a transfer counselor, as well as the link to our CSU application drop-in hours in the description below. Thank you.